Kyle here from allmediareviews.blogspot.com. I'm going to do, since the second part of Record Store Day is coming up, the second Record Store Day, this Saturday, July 17th rather. Like I did for the first one in June, I'll go over the stuff that I'm looking for and what the likelihood of getting them, and my wife as well, because there's a lot of stuff that she's looking for. So, just being able to get into it. And I'll say that some of the items that were supposed to be, and I mentioned in the last video, got pushed back, and some more information has been let up about that. The biggest priority, as I mentioned, is King's X. They were supposed to, between the two Record Store Days, have 3 records. Tapehead from 98, 2000, yeah, it was 2000, Please Come Home Mr. Bulbous, and Manic Moonlight from 2001. I think it was 2001, yeah. Fortunately, the Please Come Home Mr. Bulbous has been pushed back, probably to like Black Friday Record Store Day. It was pressed, it was produced. There were 2,000 copies, but it's not going to be available, I guess, for this upcoming Saturday. So it got pushed back twice, in effect. But the Manic Moonlight and Tapehead, 2,000 copies apiece are, and they're numbered. I've seen some videos and some other people that have shown them. So hopefully I can get them. I'm a huge King's X fan, and those have never been put on vinyl, and especially Manic Moonlight. Bulbous is one of my favorites, but Manic Moonlight is like, I kind of look at that as the 5th best record they ever put out, because those first 4 are sort of untouchable in some ways. But I love that record. A lot of people don't love it that much, but I love Manic Moonlight. So hopefully I'll have that and Tapehead. Tapehead's got some music on it that I like as well, of course. So, as far as what I'm looking for besides those two, the one I mentioned in the June one, Ultravox's Vienna, which is a Steven Wilson remix. It never did come out in June, or didn't make it in June, so it's going to be in July. I'm still not, I haven't done like enough research, maybe going to Discogs or eBay to see if I could find a first pressing, but like if by some chance I don't find it, or the price ends up being like a lot, like it's like $40, which I don't think it would be, because it's not that long of a record, so I don't think it would be a double. But for whatever reason, if I don't buy it, I'm going to seek out an original pressing. I may seek out an original pressing anyway. So besides those items, there's not a lot of huge priority, because there's 2,500 and 1,500. One's a CD, I think, of the Steven Wilson remix of Ultravox. So it's not like huge numbers, but it's also kind of a cult album. But after that, for me, among Record Store Day items, the John Anderson Elias' Son Hillo, there's only 1,200 copies, which is weird, because I know the Spin Me Around, I think it is, they showed a lot of copies of that, but I will have to see what it's priced at and see, you know, what the bill may be coming to. But given my lack of finding a lot of Record Store Day stuff back in June, might not be such a big deal to pick that up. I have, obviously, a copy of Elias the Son Hillo, but I think this is remastered, so it's expanded. There's some other things that it includes, so. But we'll see. But I think that's it. The only other item I have down on the list is the Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind original soundtrack, and there's 2,500 copies. I happen to love the movie. The music, I'd have to review and revisit what's on the track list. But I don't know. I mean, I'm not. My guess is I probably won't get that, but I put it down just to look for it maybe, and I don't know. So I mean, like just because a movie's popular doesn't mean that the soundtrack's gonna sell like hotcakes. So it could maybe get it later at a discounted rate, like at a bargain a couple of years from now. Even I don't know. We'll see. So among the stuff that my wife is looking for, and I'd say the first biggest priority, given that she's a Monkees lifer, are the 3 Monkees records, Missing Links Volume 1, Volume 2, and Volume 3, which I'm not sure. There's 2,000 copies of each. I'm not sure if this is the first time they've been put on vinyl or if it's a repressing. I don't want to, like, step on any toes, but because the Monkees are number 1, hopefully we can find all of them. And they showed them briefly in a Spin Me Around video. So, I mean, they should be available. Hopefully they'll be available. But we may have to go to more than one store to find all this stuff. So, beyond that, I'm not sure what is her biggest priority. I would think Mayor Hawthorne has an album called Impressions. There's only 1,000 copies of that. I would think that would kind of be at the second tier for her. But I don't know. I think it's only 1,000 copies. So, but Mayor Hawthorne has his following, but he's not as in demand as the Monkees or some of these other artists. So it might not be as hard to find as we'd think. But again, there's the limited numbers of them too. I know this. If we don't find that, she's going to want to seek it out later. Because we actually, Jessie Ware's album, What's Your Pleasure, the like expanded edition that came out, we still haven't got. They supposedly got it in at Agartha Records. So even, that's not a record store item, but it came out last month. But that would be one we're going to look for if, regardless of whether we find some of these record store day items. So beyond the Mayor Hawthorne, then I would say next on her list is probably Amy Winehouse, the remixes, and there's 13,000 copies. Well, Amy Winehouse, especially since her passing, has become even a bigger name. Given there's 13,000, if that number's correct, shouldn't be impossible to find. So hopefully that will be one we'll track down. And then Voices from Hall & Oates, which, given the choice between Amy Winehouse and Hall & Oates, she probably would actually lean toward Hall & Oates, but I would guess she already has a copy of the original, but there may be something special about this version of Voices. Maybe it's a picture disc, or it's a certain kind of color, and it has some extra stuff. But anyway, so I think that's about it. I mean, there's probably some stuff. There's some stuff that I did not get from the first record store day that just sold out, like the Warpaint, The Fool remixes, and Vast album Music for People, which, you know, it's interesting. I had downstairs, I thought, and I have this other Vast album right here. E-Sun's After's another one that I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence about. So, but anyway, so that's about it for Record Store Day. And it's a friend of mine's birthday, friend John's birthday. But we'll probably, hopefully, if time allows, and we're not too drained and stuff, try to make a video, of course, and like we did last month, and show all this stuff. So, but thank you for watching. Give it a like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.